There are a ton of options to opening the CT side of Mirage, so let's look at how GuardiaN does it. Going to start off quite fast here with some aggressive plays from it, then we'll tone it down a little bit, get into the more everyday kind of stuff. So I like to push B apps. You'll see here he's got Carrigan with him, which is something they often do here. It's not just GuardiaN peeking by himself, he has two players with him. So in this instance here, they want some information. So as I play this forward, nothing really happens. It's just GuardiaN holds an angle for him, and you'll see on the map here, Carrigan just pushes all the way through and gets all this information, allows them to rotate in. So that's the boring option, right? No one got seen, and Carrigan just pushes through and gets a ton of information. How do they react when there's a bit of pressure here from the other team? So to start off with here, Carrigan doesn't always just push all the way through like he did in the last round. You see GuardiaN's got it locked down, hasn't seen anyone. Carrigan's still just going to push up here and hold. If we switch back to GuardiaN, he's about to get shoulder peeked. And the reaction is just to smoke it off here. They want to hold this aggressive apps control, force an avenue that the T's going to have a harder time coming through. You see GuardiaN peeking out again, always applying that pressure as the title of this video tells you, and he's going to do this. We're going to just keep saying this reoccurring theme throughout this video. He's going to peek, stuff like that, and you can never really be sure. You might think I've cleared out that angle, forced the upper off. No, GuardiaN's going to re-peek into you. You're not really sure when, but he's definitely going to keep applying that pressure. So Carrigan's just throwing a smoke of his own. They're really committed to holding this now. So Carrigan again holding this more aggressive angle. He's about to go down. See, GuardiaN though is still in this quite aggressive angle. Disco Dobbin's not expecting it, and now he's just doing what he has to do. This isn't anything complex. If you're stuck out on this ledge, you have to be facing people. If you just sat there on that ledge like he was, hoping for someone to peek him, he's probably going to get wrapped upon. He does a good job of swinging back and forth and hitting his shots. So the interesting thing about these pushes is normally AWPers just go by themselves into the apps or into palaces they're about to see, but Carrigan always comes with GuardiaN to apply this extra pressure just to make sure. So in this situation here, we're going to see another push through. So you see GuardiaN's up here, and Carrigan's coming through, actually with an SMG this time. You'll see the options really are here, exactly what's happening here. Carrigan pushes all the way through, or they get the kill and fall off, or try and fall away if they can. There's not really the option to smoke off that second checkpoint like there is over at B. You'll see the pressure is applied, and I really like the fact that Carrigan always goes with GuardiaN in these situations, just to give that extra hand at the close range situation, so if GuardiaN does miss that first shot, there's a much greater chance of him surviving. So one place I'd say GuardiaN probably plays the most is this ticket booth area. I think he simply just likes it because there's so many options. Obviously, he can do what he's doing here and just look towards A main or palace area. There's 3 different levels of being ground floor on the first box all the way up on ticket booth. You can look in towards connector, look up at short, depending on how you want to peek, move on to triple box. And you'll see here this is exactly what he does in this original clip. He's really good at using his utility, obviously, to cut off players. And you'll see he's just jumping back and forth, jump peeking, jump spotting. Something he actually does quite a lot. You might see it again in a later video. So this is good counter utility before. And then as with the flash, he wants to cross back. I'm just trying to get information here still. He obviously likes to be on this left-hand side. There's more options for him as a player. You can move around, move up and down these stairs or whatever. So he's quite happy to fall back into this passive position and just not let him get control of this area here. He's gambling that no one's going to come out palace, which ends up working well for him. He gets that first pick on a JDM. And as I was talking about before, once he knows what the player is, he's not scared at all to get up onto these angles. And yeah, it's such a hard angle for Nitro to try and hold because, as I said, there's 3 different height levels that you can be at, and GuardiaN really has a huge advantage peeking on in there, and he'll do that. A lot of players come connector or whatever, he doesn't care. He's always applying that pressure, often with teammates looking at other parts of the map, making sure no one's coming out palace to maybe shut him down. So one thing I did see GuardiaN use is maybe you think an AWPer's holding you here, you're not really that comfortable peeking over here. You can, just as you jump off the ticket booth, jump forward a little bit, and you see you can look over into connector. As I already said to you, obviously GuardiaN likes to be dynamic. You can play on these 3 different levels. One thing he will do, I'd say maybe a quarter to a third of the time, is he'll push straight through here and get aggressive. Often when the timer's running low, you notice here 20 seconds left, does the same flash he did before, or a similar flash, and he's up here at triple box, wants to apply pressure, trying to set that team onto sight. Gets a leg off here. And this round doesn't actually work out to him very well, but you see he managed to get that tag off. That could have definitely been a kill. He's managed to escape back through the smoke. 1, he gains a whole lot of information whether it's a fake or not, and 2, he applies a lot more pressure to the T side, trying to come into the site. So you'll see here, GuardiaN starts off in front of the smoke. He's over here at triple again as the full execute comes in from SK. You'll see again he's able to pick that player off, and then once again he's just falling back through this CT smoke. He's done his job, worked out better than last time, and again, look at this, he's back through the smoke. All this information gained for his teammate. There's no one here on A site anymore. His teammates can turn around and concentrate on other parts of the map, and more likely catch out these players coming up middle in connector. You see that's exactly what happens. All this information gained from him, huge advantage for his team. Now obviously I don't think you should always push through a smoke. There's a time and place for it. You want to mix it up like GuardiaN does. Make it so the T side never really knows if you know what's going on. But you definitely could get aggressive. They have to be aware of this. And yeah, you can get a whole lot of information, as I said. But you don't obviously be just giving yourself up suicide. The other team learns, this idiot always just pushes through smoke so we can punch him for it. You want to definitely be mixing it up. So one of the strengths of this ticket booth positioning is you're really good for flashes into middle. And you'll see this is exactly what GuardiaN does. He just tosses a flash over. His teammates are able to have a little look here. You see Nico's able to peek out or whatever, just looking at the map. I mean, I just thought I'd include that because that's something you definitely need to be doing from ticket booth. You want to be throwing counter nades into the connector area. So we'll see here, just as I saw before, as he gets confident that no one's going to be coming out of A main here, he actually shifts his attention. Again, he's not jumping on top of the ticket booth, he's mixing it up again. He's holding this stare angle, a very powerful angle. He's able to swing out and get another kill. Does get pushed onto, but you see all these different options GuardiaN has. He's always changing how he's peeking out. If he's getting super aggressive, he's going to sit on top of the ticket booth and look down. He's going to just sit like there and play it really passively. And yeah, really hard. And one of the skills of a really good AWPer is being unpredictable. The team doesn't know what angle you're going to be holding, what level of aggression you're going to be at. Makes it really hard for them to get comfortable. Now GuardiaN can pretty much be found anywhere on this map, except for maybe short, as long as he doesn't go into ladder room or short area, but anywhere else on the map he goes. So a lot of times he just spots towards middle, but normally teams smoke it or whatever, so you're normally rendered pretty useless there. This round I found it quite interesting that he's basically soloing middle here, getting so much information. I mean, this is obviously quite a risky play. He's peeking underpass, just dry, he's coming back and having a look at top middle. I mean, if someone walked out, he could be in trouble. Obviously he's relying on the fact that teams usually use utility, which is the right thing to do in most situations. So once this all goes on, you'll see Olive helps him out a little bit middle, and then as this smoke comes over, or these flashes at A, he uses his utility really well. He smokes off Palace, obviously pretty standard stuff. A execute comes in, you want to smoke it off, but again he's using his flashes here to get information. So he's no on A main, and he's gaining so much. For all this could be a fake at this point. Obviously sees Taco, good timing there, doesn't stay too long, looking over towards A. Again, really aggressive to find GuardiaN, and just so aware of his angles. He comes back and peeks connector. I mean, it sounds like I'm doing a little bit of a running commentary, but I mean, just his awareness there is incredible. Obviously, his smoke into Palace is a pretty standard play, but a good one to see is holding on to his utility, and the fact he's able to peek out over into A main is something quite risky. Even though Cold was ready for it, he's still able to get these picks, and this is again, this aggression and this mix-up that GuardiaN applies, and the T side can never really be comfortable against him. So again here, GuardiaN throwing his smoke, looking over towards connector. Nothing's really here, but it's just an option. Obviously, a lot of you probably know that. So again here, this A play comes in, he's in the stairs area. You see, GuardiaN's very good at using his utility, you've probably noticed, to get himself picks, very good flashes. You'll see here he peeks out a different degree to last time, he's not peeking all the way up. He does get caught a little bit, doesn't see the player, but again, just his varying peak, just how far exactly he peeks out. Comes back and checks middle, and again, he's going to play this stairs angle. A lot more passive, kind of CT, we saw him playing more passive, more aggressive. Importantly here, Olive Meister runs off, makes sure no one's flanking top middle. You see, he's able to lock down this cross, and without anyone crossing this far, it's very hard for the T side to have any kind of control. He's just able to mop up here and get these 2 kills. And again, sound like a broken record, very good at varying how aggressive he's being, and it's very hard for the T side to work out exactly where he's going to be. So with middle, it's obviously good to get this information. As I said, GuardiaN often peaks early, but you're often rendered useless by a smoke. And even if you aren't, it's probably good to not overstay your welcome. Teams can boost in or whatever, depending, like in this situation, he has no help in middle. You could get caught quite off guard. One thing GuardiaN does there as he's leaving is always this jump spot, and you see it works out well in this situation. So we get information of where Schneider is. Obviously only does 12 points of damage, but still just a good extra thing. A little small thing he does is just that little jump can gain you a lot of information. So that's it for AWPing on the CT side with GuardiaN. Still got that giveaway going on Twitter, so I'll link that in the comments again. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.